No.
Oh, never mind. When I enter the room, I see Acheron standing there. He's staring at a pocket watch, counting down the time. All of his hard work was about to bear fruit. He turns around and gives me a wide smirk. As midnight approached, it was clear that he won. It's hard to believe that this is all coming to a close.
So, this is it, huh?
I guess so.
Take down the corrupt leader of Armstrong. Become the ruler of both life and death. All in a day's work, it would seem.
This is a pretty funky beat they got going on here. He laughs like it was all so easy. And maybe it was, at least to him. He's one of the smartest men I've ever met. Men. Or would cunning be a better word? Well, I'm sure that many words would describe this man. But soon enough, he'd be the Ark's new master. At least he'd be more open with me than the last one.
Just under a minute now. I'd love to see the look on Max's face. And it wasn't karma, it was me. This was a lesson long in the making. You hear about killing to seize power, but death is not always the answer. She bastardizes our parents' tenets.
Let me look up that word afterwards.
Progression through protection.
I'm gonna learn a new word every time we do Major Minor, so it's about time I learn this one.
They'd be ashamed of her rulership. Max in the Ark would be a disaster. Her philosophy is proof of that. She'd usher in a new dark age. I didn't do this just for me. I did it to save the world from suffering. You could say that I'm a savior too. I'll do what my parents always wanted. I'll make this world a better place. A place where I'm proud to be an Armstrong.
He looks at the pocket watch one more time. I can tell by the look of it on his face that we're close. 30 seconds.
Time to see if this was worth fighting for.
I press my back against the wall and ready myself. I've experienced this enough to know what it feels like. Acheron remains still, standing tall and proud. I guess in his mind he had nothing left to fear. Sooner or later it will do a thing. Uh-oh. Glass breaking! I scream out in agony and clutch my chest. I expected to feel the pain, but it's still so much. I'm in disbelief that Acheron is unaffected. He stands there, fists clench, panting heavily. How could he withstand so much pain? Because he's a badass?
Yeah.
I look at his eyes and spot a faint glisten. Perhaps it would be best if I do what he did. I stand up straight and focus on my breathing. We stand there, united, both waiting for Ryo. I feed off his energy until I no longer feel suffering. See? There you go! Best party member ever!
Bam.
And here it is. Yay! Congratulations, Acheron. You won.
He turns to me and smiles softly.
And it's nice to see you, Chris. I knew it wouldn't be too far behind.
Acheron and I exchange glances, as if in waiting.
So, what happens next? I'm sure there's lots to teach me.
That would be an understatement. We have lots to talk about together, but I have to talk to Chris as well.
Uh-oh.
Do you think we could go back to the Ark? I feel safer discussing things there, and I'd like to see my home one last time.
I look at Acheron and he nods. I see no problem granting Ryo this request. It's not like things would be any different than normal.
Hey, oh, sorry, wait. Whoa.
It's just a thank you very much. I'm sorry, I accidentally did it too fast, because this game is kind of weird with streaming sometimes. It doesn't always accept my inputs.
I'm like, I'll just say, okay.
It's like, oh, fine, well, okay then. I note that this time he asks us for permission. Definitely different than the Ryo I first met. It was nice to know that we finally had a say in things, almost like we completed some rite of passage.
I have a question, though. One last thing before we go.
Of course. What is it?
You can see a lot from the Ark, right? You have a grasp on what we're all doing.
If you're observant enough, yeah. It's a skill that you hone in time.
Do you know what happened to Max? And if Singe and Daz are still safe?
Rest assured, your plan succeeded. And that's why I'm visiting you now. Max is behind bars. Everyone is safe.
Aww.
Yeah. Good. Let's hope she doesn't escape.
Famous last words.
Are you taking the power away from her?
He'll be like, nah.
I think I'll let her keep it, actually.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, he proud as fuck.
What?
She'll be in prison for her whole life. All it would do is elongate her sentence. I doubt she'll make use of it all. Besides, control of time means nothing. Especially not when you're a prisoner. I know that feeling all too well.
Ellipses.
I love how we all say the ellipses every time they pop up.
She can use her power to try to escape, but it'll only drive her insane. Freedom will always just be out of reach.
I want to.
I wouldn't worry too much about her. She's used to where she is. Yeah, Isaiah. She's used to where she is. That's probably what you wanted anyway.
Acheron nods, showing no facial expression. I'm unsure how he is taking this information, but if I could take a guess, I'm sure he was happy.
Well then, shall we go? I can't suspend places for far too long. You don't want to be trapped like this.
We all agree and await our travel to the Ark, but I tell Ryo that I want answers too. I was a little more than confused at recent events.
Yes, of course you'll get answers. Right after I eat this. Sorry.
I swear to God, if there are credits after this.
There's something left for me to hold back. There's nothing left for me to hold back. All of your plans will come to all of our plans will come to fruition. I didn't notice that one.
What does he mean by our plans? Was he playing at something too?
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Both of you close your eyes. And then open them, you'll witness change. And the gears will make their final turn.
I'm a peak.
We're having a very slow fade to black.
No, I'm a peak. You can't close my eyes.
I close my eyes and keep them tightly shut. It isn't long before we're taken to the Ark. I don't have to open my eyes. I know the feeling. It's almost like this place was my second home. But if everything was truly coming to an end, this might be the last chance I get to see it. I have to make sure that I leave with satisfaction. The true nature of everything had to be revealed, so they give us a save point. Or not.
Nope.
I take a deep breath before I open my eyes. Cool background, mate.
Hey.
Welcome to your new home, Acheron. At least, now I can say goodbye. Chris, too, it's our last time here.
He gestures broadly at the vast space surrounding us.
So many memories. I hope you'll create some good ones, too. You'll have lots of responsibility here.
I'm ready for this burden, Ryo. Let's start with bringing some people back. There were those who didn't need to die.
Oh yeah, by the way, I lied. You can't bring people back.
Oh, of course, but not so fast. I have to teach you how things work. Otherwise, you'll only cause damage. The Ark is a very intricate machine. It requires focus and resolve. In quantities you can't even imagine.
I see. So what do we do first? There's no need to hesitate any further.
Is Akron getting impatient? I don't think I've seen him like this before. I can't blame him, though, if his goal was so close.
Don't worry, we'll begin soon. I'll need to talk to Chris first.
Oh boy.
His journey's coming to an end. You've claimed your victory, Akron. You seized your destiny. Chris still needs to do so.
I understand. The Savior's duty is not yet complete. But what exactly is his duty?
To kill the one in charge of the Ark?
I have reason to believe it affects me. The Ark may not even be at stake. I don't want a rule to be cut short, Rayo.
No need to worry. It won't be. The force of death can never be defeated. There will always be an Ark in place. And as such, it will always be, they'll always need a ruler. You won't be going anywhere anytime soon. You'll be here for the long haul, Akron. But as for the nature of Chris's task, I'm afraid I don't even know that much. There's only one person who does. And that's who I'll be sending you to. And I'd relax while you can, Akron. After that, I'll have to teach you everything.
Very well. Take your time. I won't intrude. I'll just be here drinking this beer.
Alright, that's cool.
Cool, dude.
Hey, don't be so hasty. There is something I can give you. It might help you pass the time. Goodness.
Hmm.
My sight. He's gonna rip out his eyes?
Ryo snaps his fingers and Akron grunts in pain. He stumbles back, his eyes shooting wide open.
What is this?
Say that again, but do it in Barry's voice from Resident Evil.
I don't know.
Oh, well, rip.
I can't see anything, Ryo.
He starts panicking, looking around frantically.
On the contrary, you can see everything. You're just not taking in a lot of information. Relax and let it flow at normal pace. Use it to watch over those you love. It won't be too long with Chris. I won't be too long with Chris. Then when I get back, I'll give you more.
I can see so many people. But wait, this isn't Earth. What am I looking at, Ryo?
The universe.
You must be watching over Terra. Perhaps you desire something there. Don't worry, it fluctuates at first. Enjoy the view, Akron. I won't keep you waiting too long. Prepare for some rigorous training.
He smirks at me as Akron slowly fades away. I don't know where he went, but we're alone now. Perhaps it was my chance to get some final answers. Am I finally going to progress on with the plot?
I'm sorry for the dishonesty I've given you. You deserve the truth from now on, and that's exactly what you'll get. After we're done talking, I'll go back. Akron has to go through lots of training, and I need to feel comfortable when I leave. I just didn't want him listening in. This started between the two of us. It's only fitting that it ends that way.
He gives me a warm smile before he continues.
And to be continued. No, damn.
Nope.
I see you've met Nami and Nugi. Sorry,
Nagi.
Nami.
Nami and Nagi.
They all both sound awfully similar. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
They're a force of pure evil, as well as the start of my story. They might seem relatively new to you, but for me, it's been quite a while. Let me see how I can explain this. Everything I've done, I did to help you, including my surrender of the Ark. And it's the last thing I wanted to do. But there is great power within you. As both Velasquez and Nagi have stated, power enough to deliver salvation. Or destruction if you put it in the wrong hands. That's what Nami and Nagi strive for. Okay, good, I got it. Okay, and to be honest, I've almost had it. The moment Nagi drove his blade into you, a massive burst of energy was released. It made my powers look infantile. It even made my powers look infantile. So they sought to harness the power within you, likely to achieve the same nefarious goal. Destruction of an infinite scope, I'd wager. Most people wouldn't be able to do this, but they possess a special set of weapons that allow you to use this energy.
They are called gear blades. What?
Gear blades.
What is this energy, you ask? That is something I can't tell you. Motherfucker. Velasquez will have to explain it. Regardless of that, it was unleashed. For a moment, they had won. They could have achieved anything they wanted. At least, that's what they thought. They are unaware of my existence. Velasquez hid me here for a reason. The power spread like a huge wave. It had potential to span the entire galaxy, but the first place it touched was here. I felt it within me, I was in awe of how strong it was. How could one person house this power? So what do I do? So what does this character have? Does he have power? Does he not have power?
Apparently, my ability is the ability to draw whatever I want in Armello.
Yeah. Or save. or the power of save state. That's why everyone wants to kill you for it. But I had to snap back into reality. They weren't unleashing it peacefully. I had to do something to help. When it reached me, I tapped into it. The powers it gave me were godlike. I wouldn't be blinded like them. I couldn't have our universe destroyed. Extremely counterproductive, if you ask me. So I did what I was the best at doing. It amplified my ability to play with time. I was able to spend all of Terra. And a temporary fix, but a fix nonetheless. Their wave of destruction came to a halt, but I had to formulate a plan. I couldn't keep Terra frozen forever. I need to save all of you from Nagi, but I couldn't do it with that in suspension. I'm limited to my physical interactions. I'd realized I would have to leave the Ark. I would need to leave it, but not temporary, but for good. And I'll take a sliver of my power with me. Enough to buy a few hours at least. Your wounds needed tending to. And you all had to get to safety.
Yeah, because you got skewered.
Yeah, because I got fucking owned.
Rip.
Well, he lost all the souls because you died.
And a portion of my life bar, so.
So you're back at the Nexus. Huh, now we know. He's a firekeeper, huh? It all makes sense.
Seems legit. I'd buy that.
Yep. So Dark Souls, Major, Minor, it's all connected to Armello. This all makes sense now.
Wow.
You see, I told you. Hashtag Major Minor is a prequel to Armello.
It's a prequel to like 4 different things. Anyway, let's continue.
Normally, leaving the Ark is impossible. But with this amplified power, I could. I just need to find a fitting ruler. But now I'm getting a tad ahead of myself. I didn't want to force this duty upon you, so I sent you back and gave you a choice.
Explains why I ended up in the supermarket right after. That was one of the most burning questions in my mind.
I knew you wouldn't back down. You're not that kind of person. But it wouldn't be the right to assume. I'm glad you agreed to partake, Chris. It meant my plan was free to move forward. Watch you and find myself a new ruler. I picked Akron and Max, of course. Let them battle for sport in the Ark. I'm sure you know how that ended up. I wish I didn't have to give up the Ark. I'd rather like it here, I really do. But it was necessary to protect you. I have to say, Akron is resourceful. He used this contest to set up his sister, expose her as corrupt and put her in jail, using the world tour as a front, no less. I was honored to witness such genius. I knew that the Ark had a worthy ruler. So there's you have it, my game plan. I used your own power to freeze Terra. I gave you a choice and held a contest. Akron used his contest to his advantage. He achieved his own goal and won the Ark. Free of ownership, and I could now go to Terra. I'll save you and your friends from Nog. And then you can journey right to Velasquez. He'll help your journey come to an end.
What?
I know it's all confusing, isn't it? The timelines don't exactly add up. I mean, what isn't? Well, whoa, you're going too fast there.
I'm sorry, bro. It happened again.
What is enticing about
What
that?
was the inciting incident?
Sorry. What was the inciting incident? Was you getting stabbed by Nagi, or was it you winning the contest? It seemed they happened simultaneously.
It's a paradox.
But they couldn't happen without each other. One required the other, and vice versa. And debated for a long time myself. But I realized that you'll never know, and I'll never know, and I'll never comprehend this power, nor the scope of what it could accomplish. I mean, why Popeye's World Tour? It seemed like a particular venue, but I only recreated what I knew, and that's where it gets interesting. Wait, does that mean I created it to begin with? A self-fulfilling prophecy, so to speak? I'll probably never know. Let me see what else I need to tell you. I have to make sure I don't hold back. Jesus.
I know. Warren, you haven't said, shit in, the last episode and a half. Now you're really getting in.
And I'm like, damn, dude, he's pouring his guts out. Holy shit.
He tilts his head up and ponders. My mind is still trying to process all of this. This all happened because Nagi stabbed me? The world tour, the contest, the killings? All of it was to help Ryo break free. He wanted the chance to save us from Nami and Nagi. The final use of his power would be spent on all of us. I can't believe he's been hiding this the whole time. Well, yeah, because he couldn't tell us, because if he did, then we'd never get stabbed.
Oh, of course, one more thing. I am your father.
No.
No, it's impossible. Sorry. Something that may or not be a shock. Oh my god. You better not do that, Kyle. Terra houses the souls of the dead.
I knew it! Yeah! Alright! I'm rolling in chests.
It's heavy.
So there never really was a ritual. It was just to test their loyalty. I sent over to whoever Max whoever Max killed that night.
Wait.
They had people over to Claire. And as we've seen, they're all free now. They're likely alive and well on Terra.
See? I told you! It's all good! I made the right choice!
I do remember saying something about
Even Endymion and Conrad were resourceful. Oh, they use this contest their own way to gain players' trust and to take them down. Everybody so far has achieved their goals. That is, except you, Chris. You must pay one last visit to Terra. Velasquez will tell you everything. And you could now finally become the savior. This is what you were meant to do. Perhaps you can bring back the lost. If I could turn back with the away. Oh, so I had to sneeze. Oh,
It's okay.
Okay, if I could turn back time. Yeah, that'd be fine too, right? I just having to sneeze out of nowhere. Okay. But that if I could turn back time with your power, I can't even imagine what you're capable of.
I made the right choice, but Shock still hates my guts. Good.
And everything that's happened so far, that's all to save you from Nagi's blade. In an instant, it all came together. All of the anger, the hate, and the sorrow. The fates of those who didn't make it. They paved the path to this very moment. Terra still remains in stasis. I'm going to rescue you, Chris. You and all of your friends. Time for you to save Terra. Don't let all this sacrifice be in vain.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Let's see. The only thing I want in return, please, live out your duty as savior. The lives of so many rest upon your shoulders. Oh no, this is gonna end up like Mass Effect 3. You're probably gonna sacrifice yourself.
Oh yeah, no, dude, totally. But if you sacrifice yourself and you die, does that mean you respawn on Terra?
I don't know.
Think about that.
If you die in Terra, do you die in real life?
But you're not dead, though.
I watched what happened in the bunker. Some of your friends open up to you. Other stories, but their stories are no way unique. Everybody has a story of their own. But without you, they will end. Please, help all of them and let them continue.
As he fades into nothingness, he starts fading away, and I reach out to him. No! You were the only furry I liked!
You know I'm going to miss it here. I forgot what this place looked like. But then I gave Akron my sight. It's beautiful, isn't it?
We will slowly but surely be turning the transparency down. He smiles at me as he fades away even more.
And for the first time, I got to see you. Now I know what our savior looks like. And he looks like hope.
But we'll
Before
never
I know it.
what our physical bodies look like.
Before I know it, he's gone. Off to save me and complete his mission. The mission he's been waiting so long to complete. Dude, episode's 9 gonna kick off like a baller if it stops right
here. Oh, the bitch
here.
has Ranger's cloak. He's probably invisible.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's like, wait a minute, he's right there. No, you can't see me.
But I have Scout. Aw, man. A quest to save the savior. I can't tell if it's fading to black. Yeah, it's fading to black.